evening, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and welcome to another episode of the 1011. Now, joining me as co-host, as most Tuesdays, we have Rob Fat Stax of Comics. And Rob, how you doing tonight, sir? Ooh, there it goes.
Hi, how are you?
Both hitting a button, huh?
I missed my cue.
That's okay. Yeah, I thought we were canceling each other out. And, of course, my new regular as well, we have Steve the Voice White. Hey. How you doing, Steve? Oh, I'll let you do it, Rob. That way we're both not doing it. And then, of course, we have an extra co-host, Miss Caroline Lady Fantastic herself. Hello. Fresh in her new condo, living large.
I know. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I'll have a comic room up in the next couple months, but it's a process. Rome wasn't built.
Yes, it is. It takes time, and you got to do it right.
Damn right.
And then, of course, the guest of the show, we have Robert and James from the Low Grades. Gentlemen, welcome on.
What's up, Gary? Hey, thanks for having us, man. We're really excited to do the show.
Well, absolutely. So, guys, we got this is our first team up show. So they each brought 12 books. We're going to go back and forth between both of them. But before we do that, Robert, James, give us a little bit, the 2 minutes. Who are you guys? Where can people find you? And what is your channel? What are your channels about?
Go ahead, Robert.
Oh, shit, dude. Hey, can I cuss here? No? Okay.
Yes, you
I
can.
don't know, can you?
Well, I mean, that's just for future reference. I'm not like planning on cussing right now. So yeah, me and James, we're the Low Grades. We got our boy J2 in the house too. Fridays at 7 Pacific.
7-ish.
Well, yeah, as James would say, 7-ish. Man, we're kind of like a comic book hangout, which is kind of weird because this is probably the most comic booky thing that we'll do ever, is being on your show talking about comics, because we talk about all kinds of other stuff. We talk about, our highs and lows of our days, weeks. We talk about movies, shoes, NASCAR, everything goes. Anything goes.
Nice.
Yeah, and
we both have individual channels too that you post sporadically on.
We do, yeah. That's just to kind of keep us like grounded. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sporadic is a great way to describe it too. Yes.
And of course, for all of you watching, whether live or on the rewind, their links to their YouTube channels and their Instagram accounts are in the description below. You can go there, follow them, check them out, subscribe. We'd certainly appreciate it. But, gents, we're going to go say hi to the crowd real quick. So, first in, we have James Alscusis. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. One of my all-time favorite people, Jerry the Jiggerbug. How you doing tonight, Jerry? Followed by another favorite of mine, Mr.
Joe.
Comics Joe. How you doing? Some guy named Steve White. I think he's in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah. We thought you was C. Bizzle. Phil, how you doing tonight, sir? Mr.
Phil.
Chuck Hensey. Good evening, buddy.
Chuck.
Nice to see you. And we have Inja Binja. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. Right. You don't got to put it out there like that, Rob.
Yes, I do.
We have Mr. Milt Miller. Good evening, Milt. Nice to see you, sir.
We'll be gentle, Gary.
Right? I expect cuddles after. I'm just saying.
That's James's apartment, man. I like to just put my clothes back on and leave.
All right, little spoon or big spoon, James?
Oh my God!
I'm the big guy. I got to be the big spoon.
All right, and we'll keep giving a tip of the hat to people as they're getting their notifications.
Rob will make you guys a sandwich.
Tip the tip, baby. Tip the tip.
Hey, this is great, man. We got a lot of people that familiar faces in the chat, dude. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we get a lot of regulars, and we'll. In the next 10 minutes, you'll see a lot more people pop in as they're getting the notifications.
They came in to talk shit about Spawn. So.
There we go. He just got you pegged.
A little spoon.
James is a little spoon in the big spoon's body, though.
There you go.
Little spoon in the big spoon.
He identifies as a big spoon.
Well, he identifies as a little spoon, but he's
right. Right. So we're gonna get this going. Robert, you were first in, so we're going to start with you, sir. So what is your first book tonight? But first, how hard was it for you to put a list together of 12 books?
Oh man, I had to good thing I had time at work because I actually made like a spreadsheet and stuff like that. So I knew what books to pull. I'm kind of taking it a little bit seriously. So, I'm happy with what I got. And just to let you guys know, most of them will be slabbed. And that's only because the books I like to slab them, So that's just the type of person I am.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
also, Gary, I'm not the type of person that likes to share, but for James, I'll make an exception for sure.
There you go.
This whole tag team, if this works out, it opens doors to other wonders.
Wow. Bigger and better opportunities.
Yeah.
Right. There
Well,
you go.
this is just a test run.
All right. Well, let's see the first book then, sir.
All right. So, the first book I'm going to show is I love collecting weird, odd things, rare stuff. This book was given to me by a friend of mine named Tony Punisher, and I had been looking for this book for a long time. This is a magazine, and he actually bought them at the newsstand, and he always buys like multiple copies if he can. And this is one of the books he picked up. I'm not too sure if you guys ever seen this. This is XXL Special Collector's Edition.
No
that's
doubt.
cool.
I've never seen
And-
that.
Eminem is the Punisher.
Yes, and
Wow.
there's a Eminem Punisher story in the middle of this book too. So
There's like one comic, isn't there, or something?
so there's two different versions. One has a comic that like pulls out, and then the another version, it's like actually imprinted in the paper, so you can't really pull it out. So
That's what
Should
I
say
don't like
You
it.
don't like to pull out
So you
anymore.
can't pull out, or this one?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of pulling out. So this
Right.
is the one that you cannot pull it out.
Just the tip.
Yeah,
Vengeance
just-
is Slim Shady.
Well,
So,
family training, it's all up to you. True.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a very hard book to find. If you do find them online, even they're expensive. So yeah, he just gifted this to me one day, and that solidified our friendship. So there you go.
Nice. Good start.
That's
And
cool.
I've never seen that cover, so that's very cool.
Cool.
All right, we'll kick it over to James here. And
Okay.
James, what's your first book, sir?
I'm gonna switch now. So since he went like pop culture-ish, I'm gonna kind of go pop culture 2 first. So
Oh,
this is gonna be. I hope it shows well because it's in a frame instead of a bag. But this is my favorite
Oh, wow.
horror movie. So
Oh, cool.
my favorite
Damn.
horror movie comic, and I was able to get this signed in person by both Tony Moran, who plays the unmasked face when he gets the mask ripped off right after this moment, and then also last year got to meet Nick Castle, the Shape, and I think one of them, yeah. So he just wrote Michael Myers, but then he wrote the Shape, Nick Castle. So that was definitely
That's cool.
definitely one of my favorites here. So this goes in my little horror corner over there.
oh yeah, beautiful. Hey, anything John Carpenter, I'm a fan of.
Oh yeah.
So is that an actual book? Is that a comic?
Yeah, it is a comic book. I just put it in
Okay.
a frame.
Keeps,
basically,
yeah,
so that
one
I
of those
can
little
hang it
frames. Okay.
up. Yeah.
James, do you have a seat for yourself in that horror corner?
Do I have what?
Never mind. Never mind.
Jesus, the shots are fired right away.
I know.
Right.
Immediately.
All right,
We're
Robert,
just bringing the low grade essence onto Gary's
Yeah.
show. So
That's okay. Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
It works
Oh,
well. Gary's, it's kind of low brow, so low grade. It all goes
okay, nice.
Low brow, low grade. Yeah, there's a theme.
Circumstances, and guys, make sure after
Marcus.
our show that you're going over to Marcus's
Oh,
channel
yeah,
to watch
FOC
FOC
shit.
and chill.
Best
Yeah.
FOC chat there is.
Go to
Yes,
Marcus
that's
for all
it.
your FOC needs.
Yeah,
Right.
you will always get a good FOC lineup from him consistently. That's really all they talk about.
Glizzy's, yeah.
Not yet.
Let's see.
All right. So the next book I'm gonna be showing is it's a classic. I got Saga of the Swamp Thing 37. First appearance of
wow.
Constantine.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
So,
I mean,
Good pull.
did you buy that slabbed or did you find it and then have it slabbed?
I found it and slapped it myself. Yeah.
Where did you find it? Can you tell us the story?
Um,
No, it's fine. It's okay. Some
I
people
don't remember it. I've had this book for a long, long time.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. This is actually my third copy.
No doubt.
So yeah.
Are all of them
I-
slabbed, or is this the only slab?
Yeah, I slabbed them and then upgraded. So
Okay.
this is like the highest I've I've pressed and cleaned my own books. So this is like the other one was a 9.0. So it was
Do
just
you
like
have
a little-
like a heat press or whatever?
yeah. I got all that stuff.
Now, are you in the camp where you want to see a sequel to the movie with Keanu Reeves, or you want someone new to play Constantine?
I mean, I like the original, but I also like the animated stuff.
The animated movies are good.
They're really good, yeah. So
And definitely not for kids.
no. But it just shows how powerful Constantine is.
Right.
Yeah,
plus he had the show, which was well received by fans, but they did.
Oh, yeah.
DC was just messing up all their shows and canceling them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he was the best character, like one that played the TV show. Man, he looked exactly like him from the comic books and acted just like him too. So
Yeah,
I love it when they get it spot on like that. Keanu
yeah,
Reeves
for sure.
doesn't look like him at all.
Yeah.
I like that movie though. That movie's fun.
Yeah,
Even the
Yeah.
beginning, the opening scene is just like, it's really cool with the whole exorcism and stuff.
And he still wants to make another one. He talks about.
I
it.
know.
All right, we got to go to James.
All right, let's get to
We talk
James.
about this all night. We love
No
you.
rush for me.
No, we got to put him on the spot. And, and just says, "Come on,
Lady
James,
F
let's
talked
look
about
at
we
that."
got twice as many books tonight.
Oh yeah,
She's got a hot date.
So
Yeah, we're deep in it today. So
I'll keep it around to a
I
minimum.
like that.
Okay, so I was told my favorite book, so my favorite character, my favorite book from that character.
Oh damn!
Now, some of these are going to be Rob has seen these, but this one was a stimulus package purchase.
Oh
from-
shit! One of them.
so-
Thank you, Joe Biden's.
So that's the reason why I'm able to have that in my collection, and
That's a
That's where it'll
spicy
stay,
meatball right
so.
there.
That's a great one.
Right? Nice.
I like it.
And I
Or
love
for
the-
you, that's a big spicy Italian sausage.
Italian
And I
glizzy.
like the like back then, where on DC covers, whether it was Wonder Woman, Superman, whenever they were captured or encased, there was always in like some kind of crystal or prism, or they're always in something that was see through, and they're always like, it was just hilarious.
Ray beams or suspended in
Right.
something.
They just couldn't figure out, glass cages. The superheroes, it's just really bad for
I'm sorry to disappoint you too. I'm sorry.
them. Right, Robert, back to you, sir.
All right, so if you guys know me, I'm a huge underground comic collector. I might not know everything about underground comics, but I try, and that's a good thing about not knowing is you're always you're always willing to learn more stuff. So the book I have here is it's a staple of our comic club community, and it's Air Pirates #1
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I
nice.
want to get that one. That's
featuring
cool.
Mickey Mouse. If you all ain't if y'all don't really know anything about this book, if you're not into underground stuff, this is tied into a lawsuit with Walt Disney, and it's an interesting story. If you got time, Google it. There's even YouTube videos about it.
A lot of history.
A lot of history. This is a book that really set the pace for me collecting underground comics.
Yes.
So, I love this.
That's a
book.
good grade on that book too. An 8.0.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And
I was
another
hoping-
first
I was
on the
really
What do you
channel.
expect? A bunch of low grades or something, Steve?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was like. It was kind of set up that way, right? So, geez,
If you're wondering, Caroline, I did buy that raw too. So,
Well, don't bet.
really, wow.
That's cool.
yeah.
I need to find Air Pirates 1 and 2 are the ones that I'd like to try and get.
And that's just a book I've never actually seen in the wild. Like you don't
Me
come
either.
across
No,
that book.
no, you don't.
You got to come over here to the West Coast.
Yeah, they're all over. I mean, they're
Are they?
pricey, but Yeah, fun fact, I got that for $25. And the guy that sold it to me, the vendor that sold it to me, he has all this low underground book knowledge that he drops on me every time I see him. So he's a really good guy, and I mean that's another reason why I like that book, because of that. So
I got a guy like that here too. His name is Jack. He's been collecting his whole life just underground.
yeah,
He's got stuff from the 50s all the way up. It's just amazing. Some of the stuff, like things you don't even know exist, and he's showing them to you. Just
yeah,
the different printings with the different colors on the covers and all sorts of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, amazing stuff. All right.
I love it. I love it.
Back to James. I mean, Robert's just going to keep talking. We're going to have to switch him out. James, you didn't tell me he was such a blabber.
Oh, you haven't watched our show then, man. Come on.
Robert Lance, right? Shit. All right, so this is going to be the only commission book that I show. I found this means a lot to me. Robert also loves this book, and I say love very sarcastically. This was a commission I had done.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lion King
No.
style?
Oh my god!
What
Oh,
in the
shit, dude.
My favorite
Hell.
movie of all time is The Lion King.
You're
All
not
right.
normal. And
Batman is my favorite character.
Oh,
Wow.
So I asked him after my
Oh
son
my
was born,
goodness.
and I named my son Damien, and my other son's name was Grayson. So I had him do I basically said I need Batman, 608 gargoyle style, but make it Lion King Pride Rock, him holding Robin. And this is what I got. So I love it. Robert, thank you.
I think
that
he
was
knows
migraine,
it.
Robert.
Dude, James hasn't showed this book for like at least 2 years, man.
It's
This
been a long time. I had to
That's a
find it.
good cover, though. That's well
Find it.
done.
It's so
Really?
fucking hilarious.
Now, I did this back in 2018. That's what he wrote on here. If you watch the Teen Titans Go to the Movies movie,
Mhm.
you'll see them do a whole ass skit on like Lion King and holding up. And I was like, you mother effers took my idea and then made it into a movie. So yeah,
Oh.
I love that one though.
I saw
Everywhere
that
the
movie in the
shadows
theater with
touch.
my kid.
It's okay, guys. He likes Creed too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
James likes
Wow.
everything bad. We always tell him that, but he
Wow.
he embraces it though. That's the
Yeah.
thing is
Oh yeah.
he embraces it, so he gets mad respect for it too. I mean, we still make fun of him, but you know,
Robert,
still.
This area is
apologize.
ours. Everywhere the shadows touch.
I didn't know I highlighted a Creed fan. That was my bad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Got a signed Creed CD if you need it.
Oh hell yeah.
James is like, let me hit me up, man.
Yeah.
Let's call.
All right. So another passion of mine as far as comics goes is before I collected comics, I collected video games. Okay, and I had a ton of them, and for every system, I eventually got tired. I got tired of them, and they were just kind of like laying there. I wasn't playing them, so I ended up selling my collections, and I don't regret it because I got good money for it. Okay, but now that now there's a new trend of comics being released that have like 8-bit covers and stuff like that. This one, when I first saw it at Stanley's Comikaze, I fell in love with it. But they wanted $100 for it, and I was like, nah, that's not. And it was raw. So, I'd rather take that money and go to the dollar bins and pull out $100.
Mhm.
Eventually, I had my eye on it for years. There was an opportunity for me to buy it for the same price at a 9.8. And this is Deadpool. What is it? 20? No, 11. This is a Super Mario Brothers variant.
That's
Wow.
very cool.
Number
So
11.
now that one I've never seen. I've seen a lot of video game variants, but not
Yeah.
that Deadpool.
yeah, this is up there. I mean, this is like one of the ones that if you collect video game comics, this is one of them.
That's an
That you
old
want.
slab.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean it. Yeah,
It's okay.
but I love
Not
it.
the first
Because
gen,
Yeah,
but
you
it's-
should love
it's old.
It's not bad. It's just I was making an observation. It's an older
Yeah.
model.
it's like super thin too.
Yeah.
The old slabs are like super thin.
And they're very fragile too. You drop them suckers and they just shatter.
Like
Yeah.
my ego.
They're not as fragile as their old magazine ones.
Yes,
Oh,
that's true.
no.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
I've never seen a magazine one of the
old one?
Mm-hmm. Never.
They
The old- oh.
they creak while you hold them.
Well,
Yeah, they
there's
do.
still time, Caroline.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Keep your hopes up.
All right, thank you. I'll try.
all right, back to James. James, your next one,
All right.
sir.
Here's one that I don't show too often, kind of because it's buried in one of my display cases, but I grabbed it just for this. So to follow up on the last one, this is Batman
Nice.
608. Mine is going to be, I don't know if Robert, you grabbed yours or not, but so
No.
unfortunately mine is a 9.6. I blame that on the fact that Tom Brady's on the back.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
So the
Depreciates the
9.6, but
value.
I do have it is Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb, Sinclair, and Williams. So I do have a little my only like quad signed book. I
It
think.
was a 9.8, and then he divorced Giselle, and they had to regrade it to a 9.6.
I mean, she was banging her
the grader was watching
jujitsu
Brady.
instructor, but you know,
The grader had to
course-
watch
of
Brady.
course he had to
roast.
leave. But yeah, so another one of my favorites. I got this one at Stockton Con,
Very cool.
long time ago. But yeah,
I remember that. He was so excited to bring it in, and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's a
that was-
9.6 though."
I mean, at the time, that was my like most expensive.
It
purchase
was.
at that
It was the
time.
most he had spent on a comic too, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
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 For
That was
for
the
four
next
signatures
threshold.
on it, a 9.6 is not bad.
No,
No.
No.
that's
And
it's-
that book's been
I make the
passed
Tom
around
Brady-
a little bit.
I make the Tom Brady joke, but it
Just
actually
like
is like
Gary.
a color breaking tick on the back, I think it was. So like I'm not gonna ever try to go for a 9 because I know it's not gonna get it kind of thing.
Right.
So
I'd
I'm
be
good
happy with that with 4.6.
Quitter.
That's
Oh yeah,
great.
no, for sure. For sure.
They just sound like quitter talk.
That's it. Crack that sucker out, get some more on.
Send it in his
Yeah.
like,
Not with that.
cake.
Not with that attitude, James.
It might go back up to a 9.8. You never know. Get Lucy Larry in there.
Tell them it's a 10 and they'll grade it a 9.
Exactly, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
right,
Like,
it'll be a
well, it's
9.9.
10, but, yeah.
There we go. Marcus has it. 9.6 is first. Ballers on a budget.
Hey, nothing wrong.
Oh, he's giving them ideas. All right. So this one is another video game cover. I absolutely fell in love with this, and I never thought I'd be able to own it because it's. I would say that it is a grail if you're collecting video game covers. Okay. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There's not very many out there. And there's a lot of them that are like pretty jacked up, and I think that's the reason why mine came out at a 9.4. This is DuckTales #1 from Kaboom Comics, and it looks like the cartridge covers.
Yep.
Love
Yeah,
it.
those are always cool.
That
Yeah,
would have been a great
remember
Duck
that one.
Hunt one.
Oh
I
yeah.
have,
But
What's
if you,
that?
if you blow in the bottom of it, will it make it a 9.6?
Yeah, so I bought this raw, and I got a really good price for it. I don't think the guy really knew what he had. He knew it was rare, but it wasn't. I don't think he knew it was like a grail worthy book.
Right.
And yeah, so I got it for a really good price. Pressed it, cleaned it. Well, I don't think it needed any cleaning, but
Well,
sent
a
it
lot
in.
of
It came in at 9.4.
A lot of the
You're
old
mid,
comic
baby.
shop owners, they just see those video game covers, don't know anything about them, and put them.
I
Yeah.
have a Twig 1 that looks like that. That's the NES version.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Another cool book,
Mhm.
and another one
Nice.
I've never seen on the channel. So I'm loving it.
Hey Rob, what year was that? What year was that released?
11.
Sorry. Okay. Cool.
20.
All right, James, back to you, sir.
35.
All right, this is one of my favorite characters. Going to be Doomsday.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Underrated book.
I got into comics and collecting from my dad. He's a big Superman fanatic, so this one definitely means a little more for that reason, just because he loved this whole storyline and everything, of course. And it was 92, which is when I was born, so second
lot of
best thing
love
to happen
that
that year. for him. So
Right, and a good affordable key.
Big
oh yeah,
time.
I was
Oh,
able
yeah.
to. This one
Cheap.
was a Facebook Marketplace. I found a guy who was local. He had this and a Venom Lethal Protector number 198, and he gave me like a great price. And he actually came down to my store. I was working at O'Reilly Auto Parts at the time, and he came to my store and brought him to me there, and we did the transaction in the store. So
Hell yeah, man.
that
Hit you
one was
up.
Why
that
not?
was a cool one.
I
Now,
love that
did you
book.
like how they did Doomsday in the Batman v Superman?
No,
movie?
hell no, hell no. I haven't liked how they've done Doomsday pretty much since. I mean, I guess the animated are good, but yeah, no, I the design of it I hated. Even in his best form in the movie wise, it was still not what I wanted at all. So yeah, no, definitely did not like that.
Nice.
Born in '92 explains. Thanks, Marcus.
Yeah. It's a good
All right,
book. Man.
Robert,
I
back to
give
you.
that key away like once a month at least. So
Yeah, you know what's up, J2.
I know, like crazy, man.
They're
Where's the
saving
low
them for
grades
the
at?
show.
Come on. Where's the low grades? Let's see them.
I have one.
Okay, so the next book I'm showing is a it's kind of like a 2-for-1. I know it's against the rules, Gary, but I'll explain myself.
Oh, you never saw Anachronic Comics channel?
Oh, yeah, Joe just
man.
blew
He
it
did
right
like
out of the
100,
water.
122.
Oh, damn. That's like 5 of only slabs, right? Missed
Right.
opportunity.
Right?
All right, so going back to my love for underground books. This is one of my absolutely favorite series to collect. This is Cherry Pop Tart number 1,
Oh,
Oh
sweet.
my God.
First
That's
print?
awesome.
and this is a first print. Yes, I actually found this at a comic book store. Didn't really know what it was, but for $10, I thought it was a great cover. It was calling my name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet it was.
Yeah. Also, I'll show the back because there's a little bit of nudity, but I know you've shown it before, Gary, if that's okay.
Yeah. go
Comics
ahead.
Code
Okay.
Authority approved it, so it's all right.
it's art.
Research.
So, if y'all want to know the first appearance of Vampironica, this is it. It's not those Archie comics. This is it. This is from 1982.
No,
Nice.
So, a lot of people don't know about that. And this isn't on all the printings either. It's mostly on the first print.
Mhm.
So, but in order, this is not her first appearance, okay? Now I'm going to show her first appearance, and this is Funny Book number 1, and I got this signed and remarked by the artist Larry Wells.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
Nice remark.
yeah.
Very cold there. Very
So I got, yeah. I got this from a friend of mine. He picked this up and he was so excited. He showed it to me and I was like, dude, if you ever get rid of it, let me know. I want it.
There'll be a line.
And he's just like, oh no, man, like, I like this book too. And I was like, I get it, but if there's ever an opportunity, give me the first choice.
yeah.
So well, maybe 7 months ago he gave me that call, and he took care of me, and it's just like I'm really glad to have this in my collection, and I believe he is too. So because he knows what this character means to me.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I believe I'm like 2 issues away from the complete series. So
Nice.
Oh, wow.
yeah, and also with both these books, these are high grades. I mean, they're 8.0s,
Yeah.
but the paper is like shit. The ink shit, like there's nothing really good going for them.
They're pulpy.
And yeah, they're very pulpy.
And, the Cherry Pop-Tart stories are actually quite fun.
Yeah, yes. If you were to read her first appearance, that funny book I just showed, it would not hold up to these days for sure. Like, the story is just like not,
Ungood.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
8.0 with off-white sticky pages.
What year did that funny book come out?
Let's see. 71.
Jeez. Wow.
And then the series is 82.
Quite
71,
some
Gary,
delay.
a year after us, man.
I know, right? Yeah, I was a 1970 baby. Wow.
Oh,
All right.
damn.
Not,
Gary, how do you think it's going, man? Getting DP today?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah. All
I'm
right,
having
cool.
a good time. I mean, I would have had a better time if I didn't know he liked Creed, but I'll get over it.
That's fire.
Some things you can't unthink.
Serenaded by
don't know.
Creed while you're getting DP'd.
Yeah, he didn't tell you that time where he went to a book off and bought the complete discography and played it on his 8-hour drive home.
It got me home.
Yeah.
It got me home, man.
Creed got me
Saved my
home.
life.
Really? It
got me
didn't
home.
get you off a cliff anywhere?
Take
And
me
I will be
somewhere, but
seeing
I don't
them
think
in
it's home.
September for the record.
Crap.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, your book, James.
All right, so my next one is continuing on with my favorite characters. So this is gonna be Kyle Rayner.
Nice.
Well, Green Lantern 48, but first appearance of Kyle Rayner in a 9/8. This is one that I had bought long time ago. Just had it sitting there forever, and then gave it a glance over, and I was like, "This is kind of high grade. Let me send this in," and ended up having a 9/8 this whole time on it. So
Nice.
definitely would have sent it in earlier had I thought that, but nonetheless, I have it now and very happy. So
Or send it in later and get the 9.9 for her now, since
Yeah.
CGC seems to be just giving those away for free now.
I don't know if
It's amazing what happens when you look for it.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
thanks, Jerry.
That's
Appreciate
true,
it, man.
that's true. I do not have any 9/9s in my collection, so that'll I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
not to get
I just
into a
got
whole
one.
debate, but I
Only
feel
one
like
I ever
nowadays
got.
it wouldn't mean as much to me anymore. So
Right. It's the all
Still,
about
nice,
the book.
nice first appearance, and eventually we'll see him in a movie or something too, or a TV show.
that's my goal. And I mean that storyline right there would be really cool, you know, the whole destruction of Coast City
Got
and
it.
leading to Parallax and all that. I mean, that would be
I'd rather have him than Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner is such a dick.
What? What?
Power Rangers the best for me. So you got no arguments for me
Oh, no,
there.
I'll always be Hal Jordan first.
I feel that. I get that.
Come on, Guy Gardner, man. He's just
Gary's
He's
just
the
waiting.
most
I like him.
punchable face in the DC universe. Right next to Loki.
exactly. It's excellent.
All right, let's go back to Robert here.
I like all the Creed. Everyone's singing Creed right now, man. That's
We're being
crazy.
serenaded in the comments. I love it. Love it.
I saw them at Edge Fest back in the 90s.
Nice.
Cliff?
All right, so the next one I'm going to show is so when I first started collecting this book, I never thought I'd be able to own, you know, and it's just it's crazy to think, you know, now I have like I think 3 copies now of this.
Ooh, nice.
And because when I first started collecting, it just wasn't like in the budget, and not only that, people weren't even really selling this book as much as they are now. So one of my LCSs that really isn't they're not really into carrying keys, but somebody came in, dropped a box off, and this was in the box. I so happened to go there that day, and he asked me if I wanted to buy it, and it's a Batman Versus 12.
Oh, nice.
There you
Holy
go.
crap. There you go.
Yeah, and I can't even describe to you the feeling it was to get your first like mega key, and I was so happy. I called all my friends. They didn't give a shit because they didn't really collect comics.
Whatever.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
right there.
Harley Quinn.
That's
Come on.
that's why you joined the club, huh?
Yeah, exactly. If I wasn't in the club at the time, so if
That's right.
they were there for me, I knew they would have been ecstatic. So
We all know that feeling of getting your first big grail. You know,
Yeah.
It's just- when you didn't think you'd ever have it when you were younger, right? And you get it,
yeah,
you're just sitting there like, oh my god, I got it.
I know. So this isn't the copy I got from him. I still have it though, but it's a 8.0 or 8.5. This one I got from a club member. He found a short box of, what was it, like 24 of these?
Holy shit! Really?
Wow.
Do you remember that, James?
Not a book I care about, so I probably didn't.
Well, I mean, I think you bought one from him too. So
He's one of your friends you talked to and didn't give.
didn't
it
you?
right?
I don't
Yeah.
have No, I have.
You don't.
I have. What's the other? The other Batgirl. Not. I don't have that one. I have Batgirl.
Okay.
first, not.
All right. But so fun fact, 2 weeks after I bought this from him, he calls me up and says, "Hey, I have an NYX3. Do you want it?"
Oh, nice.
And I was just like, "Dude, like my bank, you just drained my bank account. Like, I'll take it if you're willing to take payments." And he's just like, "Yeah, you got it. All right, cool. I'll take it."
Nice.
That's fantastic.
That Nick's 3 is a good book.
Yes, it is.
I can't wait till we see her again. I wish they would have been at Fox long enough to see her get her own solo flick, like a follow up a couple years later would have been great. I thought Daphne Keane just killed it in that role.
Uh-huh.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
love that movie.
All right, James, on to you, sir.
All right. Keeping up with favorite characters and books that I owned for a long time before sending in to CGC. This is one that I had slabs of this already that I could have cracked for the signing, but I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I sent in this copy, and I am very, very glad that I did.
Nice. Wow.
So I did not know that I had a 9/8 newsstand the whole time. So for me, second favorite character. So this is kind of like, as I said on Rob Fat Stax channel when I was on his channel, like the pinnacle for me, to have it, the newsstand, the 9/8, the signature, the custom label, like just all of it. I was happy with that. And there's the little custom label.
You can catch him unboxing that book on his channel. It was a let's go moment,
Flipping the hell out. Yeah, that
You got
Yeah.
the full Todd on it?
no. So I sent
Yep,
in, how many did I send, Robert? 4? I think 4 books.
Yeah.
All of my regular comics all got the T. McFarlane. I sent in his that magazine, his first like a drawing,
The comic journal.
comics journal. I got the full signature on that one.
You got the full Todd.
The full
Yeah.
Todd. Yep. So very happy with that.
Some
Very
days
cool.
he's just not feeling it, I guess. He just does the T McFar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to
He
do
was-
full Todd, then he found out that James was a Creed fan and said he doesn't get
He did that. He did that signing event at CGC, and he was there for 3 days.
I know. So
Yeah.
you just
Well,
rubber
he-
stamp it to go.
He was there for 3 days and then took some time off and went back, right?
Yeah.
then he went down.
Yeah, because it was like they just had racks and racks of books down the
It
hallway.
was
and stuff.
insane.
I
how
mean, it was,
many-
yeah, I was like, God damn.
They never told us how many books he signed. I don't
wanted-
understand why they wouldn't.
No,
Well,
he wants
just
to
think
beat
of-
out
if-
Stan Lee.
Let's just pretend that 10% of the Spawn ones got
Yeah. Are signed
There's 100,000 books right there.
right there.
Yeah.
No, it's, but I like Todd. I'm not a fan of the Spawn character, but I do believe Todd is like the next ambassador after Stan Lee in comics.
Mhm.
Like he's always good with the fans. You always see him interacting well. When he's talking, he's always making some decent points. I mean, he's smart. He got into toys,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but I mean, all of us were collecting his Spider-Man back in the day, and
Oh yeah.
then I liked Eric Larson as a follow-up. I thought was fantastic. What a thankless job that was for that dude. And then he got.
I just found this one at the last convention we went to. It's full signature and everything.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I paid
Is that your
$20
next book?
for it.
Yeah, I always like I always like that cover too. I love the way the shadows used on that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
awesome.
your turn. Oh, Shop is here as well. Good evening, sir.
All right, so now we're gonna take it in a weird spot. This book is actually a UK book. Okay, there is a first American appearance, but this is what you want when it comes to this character. This book is Deadline number 1,
Oh,
first
yeah.
appearance
Cool.
of Tank Girl.
Very cool.
this is a huge ass slab. I can't even like fit it in anything. So just
That's
like
that magazine size
Right.
slab. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much like a coaster, you know. So
It's weird because that character, they just don't do anything with it all anymore.
No.
no, I mean there you read every now and then that there's plans, but I think Scarlett Johansson picked up some rights to her or something like that. The back is cool too with the boots.
Boots.
And so you guys are talking about the slab. I believe this is a fairly new slab, but it
is.
doesn't have the barcode on it.
Mm.
But I mean, it's shit. Like,
Yeah,
let me
it
see.
creaks when you
Yeah,
hang
they
on to
only
it, doesn't
just
it?
they
It,
only
like,
just switched slabs like
yeah,
a few
the,
months ago.
Yeah.
the label's all wavy.
Yep.
The sticker is on the slab itself, not the label.
The top label will come off, and
Yeah,
That's
the top
weird.
one. Yeah, I hate that. Those stupid top ones.
Okay,
peel
can
right
you guys
off.
hear that?
yeah, they're garbage.
creak.
They're real crickety. So yeah, I do not like this. Should I just break it open right now?
Yeah, just crack it out, baby. Crack it out. There you go. Let's just resubmit. Maybe you'll get a 9.9 on that one.
Yeah, so those ones are really hard to find.
Good book, yeah.
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 UK ones. Yeah.
Now you just need the first Judge Dredd to go with her, huh?
Oh, I've had opportunities, man, but the problem with that is the stickers are just as much as the book.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even know. Like CGC just started grading those, and I don't know if I'm sure they count if the stickers are there or not. But if you find one without the sticker, there's just as much as the book. Like I'm talking about, like, you know, I've seen it go for like 1,200. I don't know if it's ever sold for that much, but
Definitely
if
been
you're
listed now, huh?
yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, James.
All right.
You're up, sorry.
This one is childhood favorite, one of the books that I read over and over and over as a kid. There's a little bit of a story here as well, and Robert's very familiar with this one. So I've owned many copies of this over the years, and I bought a collection, and there was about 6 to 8 copies in this collection, and I went through them all, and I knew I was gonna, send in the best one for me to get slabbed. So I go through, I pick the best one, I send it out to the club. Hey guys, I'm gonna be selling the rest. Robert hits me up, says, he's the first one. I want one. So I pick the second best looking one, send it to him. I go to WonderCon or LA Comic Con or whatever, pass out the rest to the guys. Robert, I believe you sent yours in first, right?
Yeah.
So you sent yours in first. He received a 9.6. And I was like, oh shit, we fucked up. And then someone else that I sold it to sends theirs in. They got a 9.8. And I'm like, oh man, I really messed up. I want to say someone else also sent theirs in.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is not going well. I send mine in. I get a 9.6. I'm pissed. Robert and I gave Robert and I the best looking ones. We got 9.6s. I believe I sent in another one and got another 9.6. And if I'm not mistaken, this was my third attempt. And finally got my 9.8, and I was like, okay, I'm finally done. Because that 9.6 was killing me. I was gonna keep sending them in until it finally happened, and I was very happy that it did. But yes, I was very bummed that I let Robert down on that one.
Yeah, that's all good. I forgive you.
Because what it was is we tried. I know that they're not supposed to count that.
The machine
So,
grabs. Yeah.
Robert and I took the ones that didn't have it at all. And we were like, we're not going to take any chances. The guys that got the 9.8s were the ones that had that shit. And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I messed up.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I get a 9.8 on one that has it.
And
At one point, I told him he should just give up and sell grade all the other ones, sell the 9.6s, and just buy a 9.8.
9.8, yep.
yeah, mine's got those grabs, but it even has a small tear on the back cover and got in the middle and got 9.8.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Send it back in,
Jeez.
Robert. Send yours back.
Well, it was originally graded by PGX, and it was part of my experiment where we took it and sent it to CGC and had them regrade it, and CGC graded it 9.8 as well.
Wow,
Nice.
that's crazy.
So what number book is this?
This is going to be his 9th.
Oh, this was fast.
Yeah, they're going along well.
We're trying.
Okay,
Slow it down,
okay.
Robert. Time to slow it down.
No, calm down.
All right. So this book is also another book I never thought I'd have. I saw it at one of my LCSs and I fell in love with it. It's a low grade banger, but I love the first appearance that it has, and I just never at the time I'd never really seen it anywhere, you know. So when they had it, I was like, holy shit! And they worked with me on the payment. So when a store works with you like that, then that's how you're able to, well, for me, that's how I'm able to afford you know, grills or yeah, exactly. So this is House of Secrets 92,
Oh,
and it's a 3.0. First appearance of Swamp Thing.
presents beautifully.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
It's gorgeous. I mean, you got Wheezy and Swamp Thing, and they look. I mean, that's what you want. And
yeah.
damn,
it
that's
looks
a
great.
3.0.
Love it.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, you wouldn't kick that one out of bed.
Unless it
But,
was better on the ground.
I was just so happy to get it. I mean,
Yeah.
Not
and you
yet,
know,
though.
like I said, I grade books that I like, so that one's graded.
Right.
That is cool.
I hear you. Nice, good book.
Thank you.
Now that one we have seen, but that's one of those classic covers. It's always great to see it. All right, back to you, James. You're number 9, sir.
All right, my number 9 is my number 30, my 30th copy of this book. Another favorite and another pinnacle. Like, okay, I'm done now. I can stop buying any more.
Oh
Of this.
yeah, there we go. Mega.
So, Mega Red, one of my favorites.
Newsy too. That's sexy.
And again, the 9.8, the Jim Lee, the newsstand, all of that. I have a 9.8 blue label. Again, 28 raw copies of it, and then a local comic shop had posted that they were selling this, and I was like, oh, that. Like that's the one. That's the last one that I need. So
Yeah.
And I've stuck to that. I haven't bought one since. I'm good with my nice round number of 30 copies, and I'll just leave it at that. But
I just want to let the chat know that if you do find any in the wild, go ahead and tag them still.
I mean, if it's cheap enough, because this is another one that was like, when I grabbed those 28 copies, we're talking like at $5 each,
Yeah.
For the longest time, that whole series was in the dollar bins for years and years.
Yeah. And
Because
then
they only made like a bazillion copies of each.
Oh yeah.
and then people started wanting 30. I mean, same thing with Spawn, 30. Some people will try to ask 50 of that kind of stuff, and I'm like, that's that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that.
That's my favorite copy of that book you own. How you doing, Bueller? Good to see you. Nice, but good book. All right, so another Mango Red. Again, someone you haven't really seen used properly in a movie yet.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. I mean, just spoiler alert. X-Men 97. I mean, just that little bit, was enough for me. But yeah, I would definitely.
I'm ready for season 2. That first season was amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
All right, Robert, your 10th, sir.
All right. So this book, when I started collecting, this was one of my favorite childhood characters. Okay. I remember watching this character on a certain Superman cartoon, and I just thought, like, for me being so young and to see this character kind of like struggle was like, man, that was cool, man. It really pulled on my heartstrings. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's like I never thought I would own this because of the age of the book and people not wanting to let it go, but this is Superboy 68, first appearance of Bizarro.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So, you know, I fell in love with him watching the Superman Adventures cartoon show, and
That's a
as
big.
as a kid, I loved the character, and when I got into comics, I was like, I wonder how much the Bizarro first appearance of Bizarro costs. And when I looked it up, I was like, holy shit, I will never be able to afford that.
But here you are.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
it
think
is.
this is
Hear
like
that.
this
His
is like
first
my fourth
appearance was in
copy. So
Superboy.
That's
Yeah.
right. Never
I
say
always thought it
never.
was weird.
I
Never
know
say
that
never.
that's a lesson, you know.
It is.
Mhm.
Because you will find this stuff. It will come to you. You know, you just
Yeah.
have to be patient. That's what this whole game is about.
Well, yeah. Once you put it out in the ethers, somehow
That's it. The
things find
universe
themselves
will
to you.
provide.
Yeah, yeah. But I was like really happy to find it. You know, every time I find it, I'm just like super stoked. So yeah.
And I'm surprised. Now, I'd like to see them use him in a live action movie too. Look, we've seen enough Lex Luthor, the real estate guru. All right, enough with that.
Yeah, and
It was
Doomsday.
a good one though, but yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
why is Lex Luthor always about the real estate? Just
Yeah, where's Mexoplex? Come on, get Mexoplex.
Yeah, right.
Man, bring him in there. He can cause some serious trouble.
there you
well,
go.
I don't know that anybody really collects Superboy for the record, but
I know. I don't either.
All right, James.
all right. So
You're number 10.
my number 10, I'm gonna piggyback off of the never thought I would have this. I had purchased issue number 2 of this series. It was like probably one of the first ones that I got from this series, and I was like, hell yeah. And then from there I collected the Frank Miller run after that.
Oh,
wow.
There we go.
And so I was able to kind of complete that. Once I did the Frank Miller early on, I was like, okay, well, I have 2. You know, let's make a goal of 2 for 20. You know, 2
That's
for 10,
nice.
2 for 20, because this wasn't going to happen. And one day I get a call from that guy over there,
Oh.
and he says, hey, my LCS has one. It's a low grade. It's raw. And he checked it out and thought that the grade, you know, do you remember what they said it was? 1518, pretty much, right? I mean,
Yeah, pretty
think they were
much.
pretty,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was like, you know, I think they're pretty accurate with it.
That's good.
And I was like, oh man. And so, wow, Bub. Sorry, I just saw Bub's comment. Anyways,
That's how come they're so cheap.
so yeah, thanks to Robert, I was able to get this one, and I picked it up at like WonderCon, and I went outside, took a nice little picture, and then immediately walked back in and sent it off to CGC.
Oh, you didn't
So-
even read it yet. You
No.
didn't even get a chance to thumb through it and read it.
It was so delicate. Like this book was just like, I mean, when I pulled it out of the bag just to inspect it,
Stressful.
I immediately thought this is a bad idea.
You started inhaling chips from the cover.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, just all this dust from the spine just like covered my face.
So, and my whole thing was just, you know, I wanted a nice presenting copy.
Yeah.
That's
So,
Yeah, and that's
And it
fantastic.
presents nice.
The
Yeah.
yellow outfit is just so
Oh
excellent.
yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, and I will say, luckily, before you know, 2020 kind of happened and the boom took, like I pretty much was able to complete that 1 through 20. Maybe I think my last one that I needed was number 3, and I picked up a 6.0 of that, maybe around like 2021 or something like that. But I was very fortunate to have set that goal early and have completed
Nice.
that.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one that's done that. Like bought a book that you didn't think you were going to have. You don't even touch it. You just send it out as soon as you pay
Oh.
for it.
Oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, he does have the omnibuses, so
Well, yeah.
There
So
you
yeah,
go. So you can read
I've
it.
read it through there, but yeah, I was not. And then honestly, I was able to get a second copy. Also, did not touch that. Well, I mean, I flipped through it to take pictures, but that one was even worse shape than this one was. But yeah, so
yeah, that book that he had, I mean, the spine was hanging by like a millimeter of
Another one?
paper. CGC fucked that up though. Um,
Of course they
but
do. They're rough
when
with stuff.
when we sent it out, it was definitely intact.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, as we keep saying, the whole never say never thing. Sometimes things just happen, and
Mhm.
and then coincidentally, Robert and I both have you don't think you're gonna have this book, and the next thing you know, you have a couple of them, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? But
Right, because books find you. It's weird, right?
It is. They just
once you get
jump
the
into your
first
crowd.
one, then the next one's just like, hey, I'm coming along.
They're like Pringles,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Just
one
can't eat
after
one,
another.
man.
Or
and to
getting foreign versions of those books is always fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love getting
mean,
the foreign number ones and the first appearances, and you have it. It's just I don't know, it's fun.
to answer Jerry's question, the 1.8 I will not. I did already sell the other low grade that we were talking about to one of my fellow low grade members, Ross. He bought that one from me. So
Low grades to low grades.
Right.
yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, Robert, you're number 11. You're one with an extended personal story.
All right. So now's the time to talk about my wife, gentlemen.
You're going to talk about her, or we should talk about it?
So, my wife is, she supports me in my hobby, not financially, but, when I want to go to shows or, conventions, she's down. She surprised me this is the second time she's done this, but, there was a book I was looking for. I really wanted it. And it's very hard to find because it's not really a book, it's a catalog. Okay. And she had heard me talking about it. So she kind of was saved it on her eBay list. One came up for sale, Sparkle City Comics. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but they every week, man, they put out
Every
bangers.
Sunday. Every Sunday, yeah.
And this was one of them. And I was willing to pay like $800 for this book. But she found it for a crisp like 125 or something, like something ridiculously cheap. After you see this book, you might not think that it's worth that much, but to me, it's a very, I don't know. It's awesome. This is called American Comics Catalog number 11. So this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cover, and it's done by Adam Hughes.
Oh wow!
Wow,
I've never seen that book.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't. It just doesn't really appear that much. And if you do find them, they're like real dirty and just like, they'll have like a subscription, like the address right here, the sticker. And and it's just the catalog, and it's got a little price guide on the back. But yeah, the fact that Adam Hughes did it was just like holy shit. Because that's one thing I didn't mention, and it's funny because I didn't really show too many Adam Hughes books. I'm a Adam Hughes fanatic. Okay,
Wow.
I love Adam Hughes. He is my favorite artist. I think he's such a cool person, and so anytime I'm able to pick up any Adam Hughes books, like, when he releases Adam Hughes books, I'll like a modern one, I'll pick up like 3 of them. I'll pre-order them.
Yeah, I love his covers too.
Yeah, and it's all for the love of just Adam Hughes. And so this right here, I mean, so he mentioned our boy Ross. So there's only 2 on the census. Ross has the other one. I think it's a 8.0.
So you got the
or
highest
something like
one.
that. Yes. So this is actually the highest grade for this. I mean, it's not really a book; it's catalog. But if you're an Adam Hughes fan, this is like, or even a Turtles fan, it's an awesome book.
So
You
you're
should
saying
track
you
it out
guys
and get
came
it
in
signed by
clutch.
him too.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, for sure. But this is a magazine size book as well. I mean, and this is a newer one.
That's a nice holder.
Yeah,
Solid.
it's solid. Like There's no
Oh, freaking-
cracking or nothing.
You can
Yeah,
hit
Should
it
I
right
be-
now.
should I bang it on the desk to see if it
Yeah.
cracks?
Let's see if this
Should.
one works.
Yeah, dude, you guys are evil. Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do
just
that.
make sure it's about 2/3 up, and you smack it hard and flat.
Here we
And
go.
then you just have to go get it signed, and you got to go meet Adam Hughes. That would be a freaking tragedy, eh? I love
I
his
know.
signature too, eh? Just an AH.
And I like it when you can find this stuff for cheap. Like I just got the Hellboy story he did, the Seven Wives Club or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I just got that for like $2 at my LCS.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
his cover, all his interior, really cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so James, you're number 11 with a story, sir.
All right, my little story. You know, through Instagram, met a lot of different people. One of which was my friend Alan. He went by Loneliness and Cheeseburgers on Instagram, and other than people like Robert and J2, like he was, and people that I'm in the club with, you know, one of the few people that I've actually like really had in-depth conversation with. Very personal, very vulnerable. Just, you know, him telling me about his life, me telling him about mine. Kids, passing away of family members, just the whole nine. Someone that I was a really good friend of mine, and met him a few times, hung out with him, and one day he told me that he was selling his collection, and I had hit up, you know, some people that I knew that were vendors, and then the vendor said, "How much is he asking?" And I was like, "It's a good question. I don't know." So I said, "How much are you asking for this collection?" And when he hit me with the number, I was like, "Well, shit, I think I could do that. Actually, forget the vendors." And so I told him that I would buy it instead. And so I went up there and met him and bought his whole collection. And he was a big X-Men collector, an X-Men fanatic. And I really like X-Men, but I had spent my time kind of focusing on Daredevil and Batman and the other characters like that. So I was able to pick up, you know, everything you see on this back wall is all from him. You know, many, many short boxes of X-Men. And so originally I grabbed number 6, I think it's 6, Namor, with Namor on the cover. And I grabbed that one first because I thought, well, I'll talk about my lowest issue number. And then instead I thought, no, like this one's better. It's better story. So Alan unfortunately passed away at the end of 2023. He was hit by someone that ran a red light on his way home from work.
Oof.
So when I bought his collection, he also gave me a press, because he pressed his own books. I'll be honest, I've never used it. I still don't know how to press yet. That is the plan, to one day do that. But so I grabbed X-Men
Ooh.
14.
There we go. Sentinels.
If you look, you'll see it is still like wavy bag. It is
Right.
just, it's not even in a Mylar. It is just a regular bag and board and a top loader. And the reason for that is when I met him, this was in the press. And
Oh, okay.
so he opened the
Cool.
press and he took it out, and you know, he grabbed a bag that he could find and a board that he could find and put it in here. So, and I've left it that way, and I will always leave it that way now, because to me, this is the last book he ever touched of his. I mean, this is
Wow.
it. Like
Right.
this,
Sentimental value.
That's
this
a
is
tribute.
it. So exactly. So, you know, I
Nothing
miss
wrong with
you, Alan. Rest in peace, and you know, I'm honored to have your collection, and I'm honored that, you know, this is the last one you ever touched and put away, bagged and boarded, and it'll always stay that way for me. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan was one of those guys that when people first jump on Instagram, he was like he was one of the first guys that hit me up, you know, and he was just one of those guys that just kind of welcome people into the community. So it was a great loss for sure.
so yeah, that's my number.
Well, great share. Thank you very much, James.
Thank you.
That is cool.
All right, so we'll.
Back.
Wow, how do I top
Now,
that?
Robert,
I'm sorry.
so now we're to the fun part, right?
Yeah.
Now you don't have to serious. What's your spec pick, sir?
All right. So again, I'm gonna break the rules, Gary, and I actually have two, and the reason for this is one is a older book and one's a modern book. Okay, we're gonna go with the older book. This is actually one of my favorite characters too. It's not a matter of if she's ever gonna show up; it's a matter of when, and that's a first appearance of Black Cat.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Spider-Man 194.
There's
I mean,
Gary
come on.
Cross
One of my
right
all-time
there.
favorite books too.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I also picked another one up at one of the conventions I went to.
So
I
New
can't get
Year's.
enough of her, you know?
Right, and her series have been so good the last couple of years.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just one of those solid characters, and when she comes out, this place is gonna go nuclear, hopefully. So
But you're not going to sell, so it doesn't matter.
no, yeah, you're right. You're right. And for the other part,
Modern spec.
the modern spec is this is a favorite character of mine, modern wise, and it's Gwenpool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So the opportunities are endless with her, especially with Miles Morales and stuff like that. This is what she looks like, and
I was
without
going to ask you if you had to Howard the Duck her first. Yeah.
yeah. So
Very
I didn't get the variant when it first came out, but I accumulated them afterwards. People were selling them really not knowing how hard they were to get. And fortunately for me, I was there like to buy them, and I got 3 9/8 of this, and I bought them raw and graded them, and it came out a 9/8. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I
Come
was
on,
shocked.
Milt. You got that one? Come on, Milt. Where's yours?
I was shocked. There is video of that on my page of me unboxing it, all
Nice.
3 of them. So yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, but the difference is when you unbox your 9/8 grails that you just love, his reaction is like, all right, it's a 9/8. Okay. All right. Now me, on the
whatever.
other hand, the Spawn that we were talking about, you're going to hear some yelling and some cussing when I open that one up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
His
James-
level of
Some
excitement is it's inside, you know.
James get
Inside.
Robert's all inside.
yeah, James gets very mad at me because I'm not animated enough. But I think at my last unboxing I did a bit better, right?
A little bit.
Okay.
You know, his passion comes out when he talks about the books, and you have
There
to
you
just
go.
kind of follow that. It's not in the
He's
excitement.
got a
go.
sparkle in the eye, so he's
Yeah.
good.
But I'm with you, Robert. I'm not like an animated guy when I get great. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah. I think I get happier for other people when they get their books, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, it's fun to
That's
see.
Yeah.
All right, so James,
All right.
you're
Spec.
your
Well,
spec pick, sir.
I'm gonna cheat too then. So I just went and grabbed the second one. So I
Yeah.
got
Well,
I will
copycatter.
not be
I
one
was
up
gonna
by
say, what
Robert.
a copycat.
I had a really tough time deciding between these two. So I don't. I mean, Robert doesn't either, but like we definitely don't spec. So this was a tough one for me because it was more just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess what would I like to see at some point then, as opposed to I think either of these are actually happening. So I talked about Spawn being like my favorite character, but that's like my favorite character and stuff from Image. But these two are my favorite reads from Image. So I'm gonna start with Nailbiter.
Oh, that's a
I
good one.
That's a good
Love-
pick.
this
Very good
series.
pick.
And this one, is this a quad sign? One,
Triple
two,
signed or quad?
Okay,
signed?
this is a quad signature too. I was wrong. So I do have
Wow.
2 quad signs.
Wow.
So this one I didn't get done. This was actually given to me by Zombie Joe Comics. I love you, Joe. You're the best. He's given me a lot of great books. So this is one of them.
You won't see this, by the way.
Huh?
You can tell him in person.
I know he's not going to see. Actually, I did buy this technically from him, but either way, he gave me a great price on it. But yeah, I loved this series. I was hooked on it from the moment I read it as a horror fan. I guess the easiest explanation I'll give you is like there's a town, and in that town has given birth to more serial killers than anywhere else in the world, and it's a story of like why is that happening and how is that happening and all that kind of stuff.
So it's like Oakland, right?
Oh God!
Damn, you're
Hey,
close.
Rob agrees with me. He lives by there, so
You ain't wrong.
I know.
Yeah, that's I've never read that.
Well, maybe not the serial killer part. They're just
It's
a
a
lot.
great horror book, for sure. It's a great story, and I mean that was basically the gist of it. It's called Buckaroo, Oregon. Given birth to 16 of the vilest serial killers in the world. An obsessed FBI profiler investigating the town has suddenly gone missing, and blah blah blah. But they kind of like get help from the nail biter serial killer. He's one of the serial killers, and they use him to kind of like help them find who's doing it. So I am not the type of person that typically wants things that I love to become TV series and stuff like that. I don't really watch too much. So, but this is one that I think nowadays could be done very well. And I would actually watch it because I would love to see it. And to that point, I think this one as well could also be a very good show. And I think would bring a lot of attention, hopefully, to, comics and get more eyes and stuff like that. So,
I love Stax.
I mean, this is probably my favorite story ever. My favorite read. I love this series. This is a book that actually Robert pressed for me before I got it graded. But yeah, I will admit I have not read since it has come back, but I love this series. I started with the trades, blew through those trades, got to where they were, on the whether it was weekly or monthly or whatever, and just continued on from there. I mean, it's raunchy. It's
it's one of those streaming service not made for TV,
but it's amazing. Like you really bond with the characters and just
100%.
and some of the situations are so outlandish and just crazy.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of back in my reading days, there's not a lot of stories that like I read and I'm like, I'll read them and I'll say, okay, that was good. This is like one of the first times that I was really like, I'm hooked. Like,
yeah,
I am emotionally invested into these characters. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that doesn't happen for me very much when I'm reading. I was emotionally like, I love these characters, and no spoilers, but like twists and turns happen, and you're just like, dude, when shit goes down, I was feeling like, man.
And then I was so mad the way Volume 7 had it. I was like so mad. I'm like, you can't. I'm like,
that was a horrible way to take a hiatus. And then, I mean, I don't know. This is a series that when it was going on during that time, I felt like everybody was kind of talking about it. And I don't think many people talk about it now. I think
they don't.
Messed up with that hiatus, and the big portion of it being how long they took. I don't remember exactly what they said, but in the back, they said something like, oh, we need to take a 6-month break or a year break or something and kind of that shit was gone for years.
Yeah.
And I think it killed all momentum that it had. So when it came back, it was just kind of, and like it's.
Do you think that some of the momentum was drained because Vaughn said that there would never be a TV series or movie on that he just doesn't ever see that happening?
That's possible. But I mean, I guess, if you're reading, I don't know, because for me, I'm okay with it never having a series, but I guess that's like I just said, I'm not the type that would typically watch that kind of stuff. For me, these are two that I would go, okay, you know what? I would actually watch that.
Right, and then Amazon tried Paper Girls, and then they screwed that up and canceled it after one season.
And Why the Last Man?
Yeah, Why the Last Man was another one that, one season 2, I think, right? I don't
even think it went to season 2, right?
No, that's what I mean. Like one season, and that was
that was it.
It was just so. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have that one done. I do need to catch up and see kind of where it's going, but yeah, I agree that yes, it was a terrible way to end it. They took way too long to come back, and it really killed all momentum on the series. And I don't know, maybe you live and learn, I guess, but it is what it is.
Right.
Great
James,
picks.
going back to Nailbiter, do you think that bloomed your passion for SVU?
No, because so I don't even know when Nailbiter came out. This was okay, so 2014. I was already watching SVU by then. I actually have a post that I've been planning on sharing, a Facebook status from 2016, where I said something along the lines of like, every weekend I have plans, and then every weekend an SVU marathon is on, and those plans go to shit. I've been on
Make sure
that
not to
thing
tag me on that one.
for forever. But no, Nailbiter was definitely one for me that was like, okay, so like horror, for me, horror, I like to watch horror movies and stuff. I didn't think that comics, I guess, necessarily would translate very well, and that was when I started giving a horror comic a chance, and I was like, oh, I love this. So that was a really good series.
Nice. It was. I'm sorry, Nailbiter. Yeah, I got to read, so I'm probably gonna look for the trade for that. But Saga was amazing.
Yeah, and then they did also come out with a second series of that. I only read like half of the second series, but that first series is definitely worth it. Fast moving too. So
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Great books, guys.
thank
Thank you.
Fantastic books.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for
Great
sharing.
first time DP.
Right?
How you feeling,
Little
Jerry?
DP action.
I'm not even sore.
Hey, you're ready to go straight to work, huh?
Yeah, I got to go right to work. So
Lots of lube,
we're gonna
man.
go around the horn here. We're gonna see what everyone's got coming up. Rob, we'll start with you.
Well, of course, big thing was I just dropped last week was the PGX Part 3, the the vintage Spider-Man books that went in that were PGX slabs that went to CGC to get redone. That's still playing with gangbusters on the channel. But I do have coming up on Thursday, we have an IRF Authentics mystery box where it was for charity, and Comics Curing Cancer was the beneficiary. And then Saturday, we got only slabs with House of L Comics. After that, it's time for Heroes Con, baby. Booth 1769. Come on out. Comics Curing Cancer. We got exclusive art book. We got exclusive Sonic the Hedgehog book. We've got all kinds of stuff coming on. More announcements to come this Friday about the booth 1769 at Heroes Con.
Damn.
Nice.
Rob will let you scissor with him too. If you ever see him.
I got to hit the lottery this week, man. I got to hit the lottery so I can get down to Heroes Con. Where is it? North Carolina or something?
Yeah, Charlotte,
Yeah.
North Carolina. Yep.
Charlotte? Beautiful.
Just pack yourself in Chris the Comic Vet's baggage.
Yeah, on the way down as he flies over the wall. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So I'm going to do the Voices Choices tomorrow night, and I got nothing else coming up. Everything's pretty quiet.
You'll think of stuff.
Oh yeah, I always
you
think
got
of stuff.
things.
We got a few channels that we're going live, and we're going to talk about our collections when we're gone, morbid stuff. So that'll be cool.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
and we'll see you on Joe's channel as well. Special mail call and
Yep. I can show off stuff like I don't know, this thing. I was hoping Chris was going to be on tonight. I wanted this.
I heard the rumor that you won that book for free.
Yeah. I don't even know where was this. It was only slabs.
And that book too. Jeez.
Damn.
Nice.
Just a couple little bangers there that are in a giveaway box. The best one in the universe.
Hashtag best giveaway box ever
in any universe.
Caroline, what's coming up for you?
I've got to focus on this moving stuff. I probably won't be around for a little bit. It's just kind of all consuming. So I'll be around where I can, but don't expect anything.
Yeah,
Right.
I love you, Caroline, but you got to get that room done because you're the only person I know that moved, but yet your background stayed the same. So
Yeah, right. I was gonna say that.
I couldn't even tell that you moved, honestly. So we got to fix
What's that? A thermometer in the back, or what is that?
Yeah.
Just randomly, huh?
This, that,
All
yeah.
right. Is that a fax machine?
It's the
There's
hidden
like all
camera.
the shit that I moved. There's like my comic books and stuff. This is next door to my place, so it's gonna be crazy.
Interior decorator.
Yeah, I'll work on my room. It's just like I said, it may take a minute to get to it.
No, it's tough. Because
It's a
you
labor of love. You got to do it
Yeah.
right. Like this room down here was months and months that I was working on this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta. Yeah, but anyways, I'm glad to see you guys on here. Glad to see you guys branching out. Slowly creating an empire, the Low Grades empire.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
make too many appearances elsewhere, so this was nice. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Coming up for me on Thursday, we got W Vogs doing his 1011. On the 11th, we have Joe from.
Oh, just one? Just one person?
Just one guy. Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
You gotta let things heal, you know. So coming back on the 11th, we have Anachronic Comics, who's doing the 1011 birthday month books edition.
Very cool.
So that'll be cool. All books from his birthday year month, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have Dave Bratton on the 13th making his first appearance, talking books, and that'll be great. If you guys know Dave Bratton, Doug Bratton's brother, big Superman fan, we're going to see a lot of DC stuff.
DC, baby.
Some great old books. So we got that coming up. The rest of the month is already filled out. We'll announce that stuff later. And for you guys, the Low Grades, what's coming up for you?
Well, let me just begin and say, Gary, thanks for having us, man. This was a great time. We had a lot of fun. Well, I did. I won't speak for James, but on the look of his face, it looks like he didn't. But yeah, thank you. It was a big risk. I don't know how much insurance you bought for this show for today, but I hope we didn't disappoint. Caroline, thank you for the recommendation. It's nice to see you speak highly of us every once in a while.
Yeah. To the right people.
Yeah. Rob, I'm glad you showed up. I was hoping you would show up, man, because I've seen you in past videos where you're here. And it's just great to have somebody here with us experiencing this that we know. So, Steve, it was great to meet you, man. You're an awesome guy. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to get along with you at first, but things just worked out that way. And I do like you, man.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm just a likable guy.
All right.
It's all right. He's Canadian. Everybody likes him.
Yeah, that's right. We're the most apologetic of the countries. Sorry.
So if any of you guys want to watch our content, we're on every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. This is just a taste of what we put out there.
Nothing but
yeah, we don't do any scripting or anything like that. Like, this was weird for us to do like a scripted show, kind of. Like, I mean, it's not scripted, but you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like we'll just turn on the on-air button, and James rolls in from a nap, and we just go. So, and for some reason, people seem to like us, and we're very grateful for that. And we got our boy J2 back, and it's just going to be even better from there. So, appreciate everything, guys, and nice. You guys are extended family for us now. What's that?
So now we just need J2 to get on the show and do his 1011.
Oh, you'll kill it, man.
J2, hit me up on IG.
Have you ever done a 1011 for basketball cards?
No, but we could.
Yeah.
I like to play around with the format.
Yeah, I saw you guys did a board game.
Yeah, we did a couple of those. We got an album one coming up.
Crazy.
In June as well, where it's a vinyl episode of the 1011. So we like to play around with the format and have fun with it.
It's awesome.
How about all magazines? Has that been done yet?
I believe Comic Mag Musings did that.
Nice. Can we do a CD so I can come on and show my Creed collection?
Or why don't you?
Creativity dies.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you do a late night one and we could show off our porn collection?
We could.
See who has a better porn collection.
We could do a 1011 After Dark edition.
There you go.
The sticky edition.
Right? That would be fun. We could do that. Actually, we could. Yeah, that would be great. But first of all, I want to thank everyone that
How
was
about James?
my co-host.
Rest in peace, August.
Thanks, James.
Oh, how about me?
James, here, I'll do it for Gary. James,
Yo,
that's, you know,
August
you're
James
not-
was one of my favorites.
You're not forgetting. Do you have anything coming up on your
Oh,
channel specifically?
You know, thanks for asking, man. I really appreciate
No
it.
problem. That's why I make the big bucks.
I mean, I echo everything Robert said. You know, it was great to meet you guys. Well, meet one of you and the rest. Well, I guess Gary, I didn't know you. So, Gary, nice to meet you.
He was on our show, dude.
No, I know, but like, this is I'm meeting him. You know, I'm in the process of meeting. So, and getting to know you. So, thank you for having us on. I think I make less appearances on places than Robert does. So, this is definitely different for me, but I appreciate it. Steve, I love the background. I love, you know, a room setup is always nice. So I appreciate that. Caroline, you know, your background needs some work, but I still love you. And hopefully Fortnite soon, you know.
Yeah, probably a little after this. I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Rob, always nice to see you again. I didn't know you were going to be on, but I tried to like pick books that I didn't already show on your channel too much, but
there's always crossover.
But yeah, and then as for, I mean, like Robert said, low grades, of course. As for my own channel, I'm gonna say it here just so that it kind of like motivates me to finally freaking do it. But I did start like a whole what I read this week series. I got 2 episodes in and then stopped. But I need to just make the videos again. I've been reading. It just is a matter of sitting in front of the camera and talking about it that I struggle with. So. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I also want to do a new series because I have been reading. I don't know if I've told Caroline this, but I've been reading the Claremont X-Men run. So I did not realize that I had previously purchased the omnibus for it. So that was kind of like happy to know that I did that. So starting to read this, and I kind of want to just again make little, hey, this is how far I got this week into the series, and enjoy that. So yeah, that's now that I've put it out there, I need to do it. So
James, you ended by saying something nice to everybody except me. We'll talk about that later.
That's par for the course. You know, I said enough about you last Friday, and that was about as good as it's gonna get.
Well, I thought you guys' relationship was more physical than emotional and talk.
Well, I mean, him and Gary are gonna spoon after this, but Gary, I just feel sometimes he just takes me for granted, you know, and it shows. It showed right now.
Wow.
You're gonna have to hash it out on this Friday's low keys. Everyone's gonna have to tune in.
Low grades.
Low
Low grades, not low
sorry.
keys.
Low grade.
LGE, low grade empire.
Oh, and hashtag Chronicles Erotic as well. Just
Yeah, maybe if you were wearing a Creed T-shirt, he'd give you a little more positivity.
I can't do it though. I'd rather just not get that love from
you
him.
would
You
go
know.
with me to the concert, and we could bond at the concert together. That would be great.
They're less spoon, more spork.
But guys, thank you very much to my co-hosts, Rob, Steve, and Caroline. I appreciate you guys. You know, I like having more than me on a panel, so thank you so much for being on the show. Of course, Robert, James, thank you for being guests, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time and coming on. I know, like you said, you don't do this a lot, so I appreciate that you would come on the channel and share your stories with us and for the people out there. Hopefully, it'll send some more subs your way as well. Which is what we like to see happen with people on the show. And of course, to the audience that tuned up, thank you guys all so much for coming out to support everyone on the panel and our guests. Everyone's links are in the description below, so please go sub everybody up, follow them for more. And the low grades were low key tonight. They held back a little bit. If you want to see them in full low grade mode, go check them out Friday night. And but guys, when you're on my channel, you can. The only rule is to be yourself authentically. That's it.
Awesome.
So,
That's our rule too.
Yeah.
Did you steal that from us?
you stole it from me, I'm sure. So James, I'm on your side now. Now I got beef with Robert.
Thank you.
Send them home, Gary. Send them all to go see FOC and chill.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
Yes, and guys, I'm heading off to work, but go check out FOC and Chill with Circumstances, where he will talk about everything but the FOC. Go have a good time over there with Marcus and the gang.
It's so confusing, man.
In progress.
And as I like to end these things, guys, keep it casual.
No grades for life.